I hope you have enjoyed meditation. Meditation, as we understand, normally meditation means some kind of controlling the mind or like that. But meditation is to develop the mind, to cultivate the mind. Just like you cultivate seeds to grow rice or this or that, there are so many activities involved in it to cultivate. Similarly, the cultivation of mind through different kinds of activities, different kinds of approaches. While sitting, of course, you are watching the mind, you understand the nature of the mind, workings of the mind, and you are also transforming the mind. The same thing is also will continue when you are doing other works, daily works, anywhere. If you observe the mind again and again, one thing becomes quite evident. And that one thing is so many thoughts based on self, oneself. And for no reason, most of them. If you observe again and again your mind and your thought patterns, self, self, self. So this self, the feeling of I-ness is so strong. And most of the time, the thoughts that revolve around are also revolving around this self. And from that self develops what is called mana. Mana means conceit. One of the very strong power center in our mind. This mana determines so many of our thoughts, so many of our reactions, isn't it? Mana means ahankara, we can say. Not just arrogance, but the understanding that I am so and so, giving lot of valuation, giving lot of values, that which is based on reality, then that is okay. But mostly we give too many values based on our imagination, concept, and then we start becoming arrogant. This I-ness. So Lord Buddha says, and that manifests in so many different ways. Jati thaddu, dana thaddu, gota thaddu, different kinds. Now this arrogance in the form of birth. Jati taddo. Jati means birth. And because people are classified according to some castes and other things, born in that particular caste, you become that jati, that caste fellow. So jati means birth, and it has become caste also because of born in that particular community. So one attaches so many values to that. Then one will think, dhana thaddu, with money as the uh, basis, lot of conceit can come. Gotta thaddu, about clan. Like that, so many. You can see people with as simple as, for example, clothes. Clothes also can create so many thoughts of this I-ness. So you start comparing with others. Mana actually means comparing only. Mana means measurement, measuring. Minati. Minati means you measure. Minati iti mana. You measure, you keep on measuring yourself, comparing with others. That is a big, what can we say? It is a big sickness of the mind. For no reason. There is no reason. But still you keep on comparing. Oh, my clothes are better, or my clothes are not better. Comparing. And this, just watch your mind and see how much of disturbance it causes. Comparing with your money, comparing with your, say, car or your home or anything. Comparison. All the time measuring. Or comparing with oneself about, oh, I was like this, like that. Now I am like this, like that. So measuring. To measure, you need some reference point, something to refer. But in reality, there is nothing to refer. Everything is anicca. So it is imaginative I, imagination, this conceptual I that is created, and then keep on comparing, measuring. Sometimes your mana will make you as atimana. Atimana means superiority complex. When you put yourself higher than others, then that is called superiority complex. You are feeling superior. When you put with somebody on par, that is called equality complex. And sometimes you put down, then that is inferiority complex. Whatever you do, you feel superior, you feel inferior, you feel equal. But for that, you have to first create big I, big ego. Then only you have to place it somewhere. So that ego is there everywhere. And that causes suffering. Wherever you place your ego, it causes suffering in its own way. When you are superior, to maintain that superiority, lot of dukkha. When you are equal, to maintain that equality is lot of dukkha. When you are inferior, that is anyway dukkha. Huh? You first create this ego, then place somewhere, and then keep struggling with it and create lot of suffering. Does it make any sense? But this is very, very profound thing to understand and to manage and to let go. So this egos and arrogance All these things you have seen in your own life, in small ways, little things, sometimes in big things, how they have ruined relationships because of arrogance. Sometimes even brother will not talk to brother. Let that fellow come and ask pardon, then I will talk. Father will not have good relationship with children, or children with father, mother. Oh, so many arrogance, games of arrogance. So isn't it unnecessary creation by ourselves? This is it was there, it is there. As long as ignorance, you allow ignorance to rule your mind, ignorance will create such egos. When you allow wisdom to rule your mind, it will not be ego anymore, because wisdom will see reality, and there will be humility, and there will be smooth. Life is smooth without complications. So ignorance and wisdom, that is your choice. Which one you want to have more time in your life? Which one you want to rule your life, your mind, your thoughts? That is your choice. Later on, don't blame others. If you have chosen ignorance, and with that ignorance you have created this arrogance and ego and this mana, this conceit, and the thoughts, how many thoughts just based on one mana, ego thought, you have to think and think and think. You roll and roll in that kind of conceit, creating so much dukkha. So this is the result. Not just that, how many times there were wars just because of simple ego. Wars happened, lot of destruction happened. Even today, lot of ego games are going on. Unfortunately, these games are played with highly technical weapons, causing harm. Isn't it? This happened in the time of Lord Buddha also. Lord Buddha's own Sakyan clan was destroyed because of this. This King Pasenadi Kosala, who was the king of Kosalan country, one time he was standing in his palace on the upper floor in veranda, and he saw thousands of monks were going in line. That must be in the beginning of Lord Buddha's mission of Dhamma, when he started, when this Jetavana was established by Anatha Pindika, and thousands of monks were there. As he watched, he felt something is very strange, that thousands of monks are going, and they are going towards Anatha Pindika's house, and some are going to Visakha's house. Then he sent a messenger, find out who are these monks and where they are going. So then these messengers went and they found out and came back and reported to Pasenadi. Oh Maharaja, they are disciples of the Buddha. They are monks. Every day, Anatha Pindika is inviting 2,000 monks to his house. Every day, 2,000 monks he is giving lunch. And Visakha, not Visakha Mata, Visakha, another rich man, he is also inviting 500. Another Super Vasa, he is inviting 500. And so also other rich people. So these are regular invitations. So in the monastery, there used to be over 10,000 monks, and every day there used to be like, okay, today you 2,000 go to Anathapindika, you 500 go to this place, that place. That is a big organization by in the Sangha. There used to be in charge monks to organize that. Here we are just about 100 monks. Half of them today are in our meditation center for 4 days meditation retreat. Now, even with this 100 monks, there is so much of organization needed. So for that, we have in charge monk just to manage the invitations. Who has to go for this invitation, that invitation? Then imagine when there are thousands, 10,000, 20,000 monks and invitations for thousands of monks. It's a huge organization. So at different times, different very skillful monks used to be in charge of this job. So then he thought, Pasenadi thought, oh, what a wonderful thing. I also should go and invite. So he goes to Lord Buddha and requests him, oh Bhagwan, please come to my palace for lunch for 7 days with monks. So he invited and he nicely served. And after 7 days, he requested, every day, please, oh Bhagwan, send 500 monks to palace. Later on, he did not take care of them. That is different matter. So they stopped it. Then he thought, how can I become close to Lord Buddha? He is becoming quite popular. How can I be closer to him? He had certain kind of faith, certain kind of interest in Dhamma, but also he is, after all, politician, king. He also wanted to be a little bit popular, and he had his own selfish ideas. So he thought, okay, Lord Buddha belongs to Sakya, Sakyan clan. Let me get a princess from Sakyan clan and let me make her as my chief queen. Then Lord Buddha will be closer to me and people will think that I have married a relative of Lord Buddha. So he sends a message to Sakyan princess, to king there, saying that I want a princess. And then when the messengers come and inform, now this Sakyan princess, all these royals, they get together and they start meeting and discussing with big tension. What is the tension? Oh, this King Kosala doesn't belong to Sakya clan. How can we send our princess to out of our clan? That is the big tension they had. So there was one prince called Mahanama, he is cousin of Lord Buddha. He brought a new idea. He said, we have to find some via media where we cannot antagonize King Pasenadi. He is very powerful. He will just invade us and finish us. But at the same time, we cannot send our princess. So he said, there is one slave girl. She is born out of a slave lady who is working in my palace, and she is born out of my connection to this slave lady. So let us send this slave girl as our princess. So then they said, they told the messengers, okay, we will give a princess. So the messengers came back to Pasenadi, Kosala, and informed that they are now happily ready to send a princess. But Pasenadi Kosala was very intelligent. He said, did you check properly, or just you heard their words? These Sakyans can be very crafty people. Go and find out who is that lady. And how are you going to check that if that is real princess or a slave girl? So he said, you find out if she is going to eat, sit together and eat with one of the royals. And no, he was told that she is daughter of Mahanama. So you find out if she can sit and eat with Mahanama. You see, all these different ways of evaluations and how the practices evolved. And then find out, and if she is eating, then it is confirmed that she is real royal princess. So again, these messengers went and they said they want to check if only if that princess is eating with the father, then they will be confirmed. Again, this Mahanama hatched a plan. Okay, let her come to my dining table and let her start eating. I will not start eating. I will just pretend to start eating. At that time, a messenger should come and tell me that some very urgent issue has come. So please come, oh prince. Like that, they should come and take him. So that was the plan. So these messengers were watching. So this lady and this Mahanama, they sat on the dining table and she started eating. And when he was about to eat, he pretended as if he's going to eat. And then a messenger came and he took him away, saying that there is some urgent work. But these messengers felt, the Kosalan messengers felt, anyway, they were sitting on the table and they were about to eat. So it was nothing big issue. So they went and told Kosala, oh, king, they eat together. So that is how he marries that slave girl called Vasabha Kattiya, and he makes her chief queen. Now out of them is born one prince, and this prince, as he was born, it is the tradition that a maternal grandfather gives the name. So Kosala sent a message to Sakya kingdom and he told Mahanama to give a name for this child. Mahanama, he named him as Vallabha. But the messenger who went to take this name. He was not so good with his ears. He had some hearing problem. So he heard something and came back, and he told, instead of Vallabha, he said, Vitu, uh, uh, Vidudhabha, Vitudhabha. So these people were confused. What is this Vitudhabha? And then they thought maybe some second clan, some special name. So they named him as Vitudhabha. So this Vitudhabha grew up. As he grew up, he was playing with princes, other royals, and rich people. And he used to see that other boys used to get a lot of presents from their grandparents, maternal grandfather, paternal grandfather. He used to get only gifts from Pasenadi, but not from maternal grandfather. So he started asking, who are my grandparents? Please take me to grandparents, like that he told his mother. His mother wanted to somehow avoid it, saying, oh, your grandparents live in second country far away. That's why they don't send gifts. It's very difficult to go there. But as he grew and he became teenager, he insisted, I want to see my grandparents. So then they arranged that he will go. He is now prince, and he was made commander-in-chief. This wife was made chief queen, and this Vitudhabha was made commander-in-chief. So he went with all royal pomp and all kind of huge entourage. And before that, his mother sent a message to Sakyans saying that my son is coming and he wants to see the grandparents and all these things, so take care. Because they always felt that she is a slave girl and that prince is also a slave, like that. So when he came, again they organized in such a way, they arranged very nice one seat. So he was made to sit there, and they gave him a lavish treatment very nicely. So he stayed there for 2-3 days, and then he met Mahanama and others, and then he started going back. When the whole team went back, one soldier had forgotten his sword and his some other instruments. So he came back to pick up from that palace, that big hall. By then, one woman, a palace woman, she was told to wash the seat with milk water, water mixed with milk. She has to wash that seat where this Vidudhabha sat for 3 days to purify it, because he is slave son. And then, as this woman was washing, she was murmuring, why this slave son came here and sat here? I have to struggle now to clean this one. Like that she was telling. So this soldier who came, he overheard it. Then he went and asked, what did you say? Why are you washing this with milk water? Then she said, this fellow's, this Vidudhabha, slave son, he came and sat here, I'm purifying this. Then he came to know about reality. So this soldier is soldier, he went and told to other soldiers. So the news spread very fast, it became viral. So then it reached even the ears of King Pasenadi. And when Pasenadi found out that it is true, immediately he downgraded the status of his wife, Vasabhakatiya, um, uh, as a normal wife, and his son, who was commander-in-chief, as a normal soldier. And he was so depressed. He was so depressed and he was feeling so angry with the Sakyans. So he went to the Buddha. And he went to the Buddha and said, "Oh Bhagavan, what kind of Sakyan clan they are? They have cheated me, this and that. So I have downgraded this Vasabhakatiya and this Vitudava." And Bhagavan said, "Don't get upset, oh Raja. Don't get upset. She is a wonderful lady. After all, whether she is from this place or that clan or this clan, anyway, she is your wife, and this son is after all born from Mahanama. So don't worry about these things." So after calming him down, he once again came back and he made that Vitutava, who was quite intelligent fellow, as once again commander. But this Vitutava was so angry on this Sakyans. He was thinking, okay, you have washed my seat with your milk water. I am going to wash all of you with your own blood. I'm going to finish you. So that's what he did. He waged war and he killed almost all Sakyan princes. He finished most of them, almost all. So that's why this Sakyan clan, that royal clan, got diminished. So all this happened, why? Because of Jati Taddo, not Dhana Taddo, Gota Taddo, Gotra. Jati is birth, Gotra is clan. How much they value and they act or react. So you can see that kind of discrimination is equally prevalent even now. It seems to be a deep, very deep, it has gone into psyche very deeply, that people bother about it. They think about it. They decide many things based on it. These arrogant, imaginative conceit, which are not based on some practical realities. Sometimes there are some practical realities to consider. Surely that is different matter. Not necessarily based on certain group, certain caste, religion, this, that. So many kinds of fixed ideas. What is needed is what is right thing to do for oneself and for others. What is right thing that is going to bring happiness in one's own life and for others. And what is wholesome? What is wholesome? Punya that one can perform for oneself and others. So how much you can get opportunities to do more and more wholesome. So these are the practical things. that matter, they are based on compassion. They are based on understanding, wisdom. So what is the best thing, the wholesome thing, the progressive thing I can do? So like that, you develop your relationships, your work, your community, your colleagues, and that is how you can progress. On one hand, you can do a lot of good. On the other hand, you can avoid a lot of nonsense and nuisance based on this conceptual arrogance, conceptual conceit, I, this I-ness. So, but many people also understand wrongly, oh, in the name of saying that, oh, I'm not arrogant, I is this and that, all are equal. Again, there also that I comes. I told you equality complex. All are not equal. Somebody is more compassionate, somebody is more angry. How can you equate them? It is not possible. All are not equal. Uh, all are different. There are certain things where you can give equal opportunities. Equal opportunities can be given, but you cannot make all equal. That is not possible. Every person is different. So don't measure saying that that person is up and down and this. They're just different. Like flowers. You cannot compare rose with lotus flower. Rose is rose, lotus is lotus. They are in themselves, they have their own values. Similarly, every person is different kind. But for the progress, we can give opportunities according to the need, and then bring everybody, try to bring up. So that is compassionate action. So reducing arrogance will bring so much of lightness. Conceit, ego is the biggest burden that one can carry. You may carry 50 kilo, 100 kilo on your shoulder and roam whole day. And you may say, oh, I'm carrying burden, so much dukkha. But ego is much more bigger burden that one carries in the mind and suffers. Those who are having less ego and arrogance, they are so light. Their life is so light. So I wish you all the best. Enjoy your life with lightness. Lightness. Don't create burden. First creating burden, carrying it, and roaming with that burden. Does it make any sense in your life? No. So let go. I wish you all the best. May the blessings of Buddha Dhamma Sangha be with all of you.